Hey guys, Epic Blogman here. Today we'll be starting another new series, well, a subcategory of the series, which will be Obscure Anime. Now, Obscure Anime will be focusing on anime from maybe the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and maybe even the early 2000s. But today, I'm going to talk about Angel Cop. Now, Angel Cop is a 1989 OVA, which stands for Original Video Animation. It was basically released for home video with no prior TV broadcast or film release. So, this anime, Angel Cop, was created by Taku Kitazaki. This was actually originally a manga, but the art style and the story is completely different from the anime. And the art style in the manga looks more like a 90s art style rather than an 80s art style. So it's also really weird too because I think only one volume was made of the Angel Cop manga, and it's literally near impossible to even find it. I have not seen it anywhere, not even online. I've only seen images of it, that's it. Angel Cop was directed by Ichiro Itano, whose other works actually include directing and doing animation for works such as Gantz, the Gantz anime, the Macross anime, Fist of the North Star, and Megazone 23, to name some notable roles. The character designer is Nobuteru Yuki, who is most notable for making interesting character designs for Escaflowne, Battle Angel Alita, 5-Star Stories, and much more. I actually found out about this anime from looking up Nobuteru's myanimelist page after looking at Battle Angel Alita. So what is the story or the plot synopsis of Angel Cop? Well, here is the synopsis as follows. Sometime in the future, terrorism in Japan has become commonplace, and the police have become almost as brutal as criminals. A member of the Special Security Force, known as Angel, is the best of the best, stopping at nothing in her fight for justice. Things get interesting for Angel and her partner, Raiden, when they begin investigating a series of murders in which the victims were known criminals, killed in very unpleasant ways. This trio of killers, known as Hunters, is a group of psychics that have banded together to hunt down the lowest scum in the city and bring them to justice. After a couple of encounters between the cops and the psychics, two of the psychics begin to think that maybe they're not the good guys after all, but the third prefers killing to morality. Augmented by cybernetics from a mysterious source, this third hunter heads out on a killing spree with the Special Security Force as the first target. Even with help from the other two psychics and her newly cyborg partner, after an unfortunate accident, Angel is going to have her work cut out trying to find the rogue psychics and the organization behind the hunters. To add on to this plot synopsis, apparently part of the plot in the original Japanese version was Jewish bankers were basically trying to turn Japan into a nuclear waste dump, but this was like censored in the English dub because, you know, that's, I don't know what to actually even say about that. It's not even just like bad, like strange or bad, it's just really bizarre, like Jewish bankers. So they changed it to Americans in the dub. So what's the deal with the characters? The characters seem to be just kind of there. Like, the designs of the characters in Angel Cop are actually really good because of Nobuteru, but the actual characterization via personality and etc. seems to kind of fall flat in my opinion. I mean, even for the antagonist and protagonist, they try to give, like, character development for both of them. I mean, especially Angel, like the main character. They try to give her character development later on, but it just doesn't seem to work out at all. Now, the art and animation in the first few episodes is actually really good. Mainly because they got Shinya Ohira to do a lot of the animation work, especially in this scene. However, later on, in the later episodes, the animation and art quality takes a massive nosedive. Since it took them 5 years on and off production to actually finish this OVA, by the end of the OVA, the art style is completely different, and there's barely, like, a few frames of animation. You know, considering this ran from 1989 to 1994, I'm wondering why it took them that long. Now, the sound design. The sound design, like, of the actual sound effects in the show, it's really good. The voice acting in Japanese is okay, I guess. It could have been a little bit better. The English dub is pretty bad, though. I try to keep an open mind when it comes to English dubs, but dub is just, like, really laughable. I mean, you can't take anything seriously with this dub, pretty much.
She's okay! Oh! Fuck and piss!
But the music, though, the music in this show is actually really good, but unfortunately it was never released, which is a shame. Now, the final verdict. I would give Angel Cop a 6 out of 10 for the final verdict. It's a fine rating. The story is kind of like this convoluted mess with things just seemingly thrown in an 80s fashion. You know, cyborgs, psychics, futuristic guns, motorcycles with missile launchers. I mean, despite all this, I seem to like Angel Cop for some reason. I don't know, it's really weird. Like, I like it because of how, like, obscure it is, but of how, like, interesting it is. Like, I don't see many people actually talking about it or discussing it. It's kind of like, it's like a hidden gem, but it's not a hidden gem at the same time. I mean, that and the fact that I love anything 80s. Like, I'm completely obsessed with anything that's 80s. So maybe that's another reason why I like Angel Cop. The characters really aren't too interesting. There's no real development of the characters, in my opinion. But what stands out is the character designs themselves. The music was great, like I said before, and was very fitting, but it never got a release. The sound effects were decent. While I did like the background music in the show, I actually did not like the ending theme too much. Angel Cop actually does have an ending theme. It's Itami by Crayon Shah, and the thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have enough energy, and it's the same 4-bar notes, like, repeated over and over and over instead of actually changing. That's why I didn't like it. I mean, the vocals are great, but the actual instrumentation of the song felt very repetitive, in my opinion. Here's what the ending theme sounds like. Overall, I honestly would recommend watching it at least once. If you would like to buy it, you can actually find the DVD on eBay. There actually are VHS tapes of it too. There's a single one, which I actually bought, that has all the episodes on one VHS tape. And then there's the single ones where it has, like, singular episodes, 1 through 6, I believe. I actually bought it for $7 on eBay. But it's the English dub version, so yeah. There actually is a bootleg Japanese version with the English subtitles that exists, but I don't know how you're gonna find that. Anyhow guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of Angel Cop, and I'll see you guys next time.